Virtuosity. Virtuosity is killing me. It's like I was listening to Jordan Peterson on Joe Rogan's podcast, his latest one that he did with him. And it was super fascinating because Jordan Peterson made a good point. He said, at this point, you don't even have to, you just have to post that you're against climate change and all of a sudden you're considered a good person. You don't even have to recycle anything. You just have to say, I want to reduce carbon, even though what does that even mean? And I mean, that's a whole other subject because I watched the same, while I certainly think there are climate things going on and you talked about pollution, I think I watched the same propaganda machines moving, the same messaging, just like I do with war, just like, and now I just don't, I'm like, all right, where was truth ever? And it's not found through these media organizations that are trying to feed me what is true about the world or, you know, certain science and et cetera, or, like science doesn't talk about nutrition, not until recently. So that tells me I don't really have a lot to trust there, and anyways, all that said, it's like when people present as being this really incredible person, that's what they lead with, and they need you to believe it. I don't trust it at all. It's just another form of false, it's like they're leading with that and they desire, in the research on virtuosity, they've shown that people who need to be seen or desire to be seen as virtuous are more likely to lie in order to appear that way.
Makes
So
total sense.
so it's not actually embodied. It's not true because they're perception managing. And when you're perception managing, you're not present. And then you add to that victim mindset, which I never wanted to be experienced, that I'm negating the actual experience of being a victim. Of course not. When society has propped these two things up, that it just, to me, it's like it again sort of railroads the ability to be in responsibility, to be in your power. And victim mindset and virtuosity they create power, they source power. It's just a very passive, indirect way of getting power, pretending you're powerless. I could go on about that one.
No, I mean, I think we can do a whole conversation on victim mentality.
How does that affect us biologically?
I mean, it shuts down our immune system for sure. It shuts down our body's pH, our percentage of hydrogen. There's testing on that. It shuts down your mental faculty of wanting to persevere and go a step further. If you're in victim, you're not going to go jump in a cold plunge. You're going to stay on your phone and look for other problems and sit and strategize, more strategizing and more strategizing of sadness and pain and anger and frustration. And you're always blaming something, and it's like, here's the reality. Some people got born into this life with a silver spoon, and that could be a poison in a way. And some people got born with absolutely nothing except a tough road. That could be a poison in a way, but both of them could be the absolute medicine. It's really just what you're willing to step through and face. And so I see victimhood all the time. I see it a lot with people's health. It's almost like a hypochondriac type energy where everything's falling apart, can't get anything right, can't stick to anything, jumping from this to this, yo-yo dieting, always excited when they meet someone who's speaking a certain, philosophy of health. And then 2 months later, they're going somewhere else, not sticking with it. The isms in health play their part to perfection, right? Radically polarizing and things of that nature versus hardcore vegan, then it's hardcore carnivore, then it's hardcore keto, then it's hardcore paleo, then it's hardcore whatever. Maybe it's breatharian, who knows? It just keeps going, which is why I speak of myself as a qualitarian, flexitarian, and just finding harmony and balance with the seasons. We are not victims of our circumstance, but we're alchemists, and that's the true philosopher's stone. The philosopher's stone was not a bunch of crazy chemists and alchemists using mercury to convert lead into gold. The true philosopher's stone is to metaphorically, figuratively, physically, spiritually build your legacy and root your system, even if it was born out of ash. to
Mm.
really form that into your conscious and grow and evolve. That's the philosopher's stone. That's what a lot of the ancient practices and wisdom's all about.